So hey guys, I got a few tips for you guys today in terms of brushes and selection of your brushes. A lot of times you might go to the art store and you might not know exactly what type of brush you need for a painting that you want to do, but I'm just here to tell you that one brush can do a whole lot of things. So I have a few here. I have an angle liner brush, which is a really good brush for edging and creating straight quality lines as well. Then I have a round brush, but it's a small round brush. This one can create really thin lines. And then I have a long flat brush and a short flat brush. So I have two different types. These two brushes can give you a flat line and a wide line and a thin line. So I'm going to show you that you can use only one brush to do an entire painting by knowing how to modulate your lines and create different thicknesses and different swerves like that. So here we go. I'm not going to use the long bristled brush because it's way softer and sometimes you lose a little bit of control. You can do this one if you want to do something like a calligraphy or something like that. This one right here is a little bit firmer because the bristles are shorter. So I'm going to show you how to create modulating lines, thick and thin lines with just one flat brush. And water is your friend. Remember that, water is your friend. You always want to hydrate these bristles because I'm using acrylic paint. Acrylic paint is a water soluble paint. You can still do this with oil paints, but you would need to use mineral spirits in order to hydrate your brush. So I'm going to hydrate with water. And I'm just going to grab a little bit of paint on just the ends. You don't want a big stack of paint on there. You just want a little bit of paint on both sides. So just rub it in your paint, but make sure you hydrate your brush. So I'm just going to show you an example of what the line can do in a straight position. Make sure you hydrate your brush and press just a little bit. And so now I have a flat line, and I'm going to show you when I turn the brush in a horizontal position like that, I can make a thin line. All right. I'm going to hydrate a little bit more. If I tweak the brush a little bit away from horizontal, not all the way vertical, if I go diagonal in a little bit, I can make a line that's in between those two. So I'm modulating my lines by turning my brush in different ways. So you don't have to always have this skinny brush, you don't always have to have this middle size flat brush, and you don't always have to have an angle liner. So let's go ahead and do a single drag and modulate the line all at once. And you're going to see all three of those lines happen. So I'm going to hydrate my brush, get into my paint. You always need to make sure you have water to hydrate that paint. You don't want that paint to be too thick and you don't want it to be too thin. So it's just practice makes perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and modulate a line. I'm going to start flat, and then as I'm moving, I'm going to be turning the brush like that. So you'll see that the lines are going to change. And also I'm going to pull back my pressure so that my line can get thinner and thinner and thinner. So that's a modulated line. So I'm just going to have some fun with it. Keep turning it as I move it. You can literally go in a 360 and move it. So here's some more modulating. And as you release your push, you can get a thinner and thinner line. So this is how you modulate your line in anything that you might want to do. You can literally draw an entire drawing. You don't even have to paint with a paintbrush. You can draw with a paintbrush. You can do something really creative. So I'm going to go ahead and maybe draw a cup. Just a cup. Just something simple. And I'm modulating my line. On this side I want it to be kind of thick. And yeah, my cup is going to be a little abstract. So on this side, I'm going to have my shadow, just putting a little bit more. And then over here, and this is just a drawing. I'm drawing with paint. So I'm using my brush in different directions to be able to get a line that I could appreciate to create this. So my shadow's over here. I'm going to cast my shadow on this side. And again, I'm using my brush in different directions to get what I need. You can draw with your paintbrushes, and it's all done with one flat paintbrush. You don't even need a whole lot of paintbrushes. Just one flat paintbrush to do the job. And so I just did a really simple drawing of a cup. And yeah, it's very remedial, but this is how you use a brush. You turn it in different directions to get a certain type of line that you need. So this is called modulating your paintbrushes. You don't need them all, just need one and you can do the whole job. Look forward to seeing you next time.